Welcome to another episode. In this episode, we're going to go over some Facebook ad tips to grow your Shopify store. We've been talking a lot about Shopify and our different platforms, doing a lot of tutorials, and we really want to blend the two, the designing your website and then fully immersing with your marketing. So we want to give you some Facebook ad tips. We're talking about things like your images, your videos, what is top of the funnel, bottom of the funnel. We're going to be talking about redundancy, frequency, and a few quick bonus tips for you as well. Check it out.
This is the Marketing Natives, providing actionable ways to grow, improve, and succeed in your business. And now, your hosts, Christian and Aaron.
All right, so I mentioned this at least whenever I was going to start. I'm going to throw in these questions to break the ice because Christian's popping his neck right now, and he just may need some ice-breaking material. So, very quick, rapid question for you, Christian. What did you want to be whenever you grew up?
Paleontologist.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. He liked the dinosaurs.
What about you?
I think it was I wanted to be a lawyer.
That's weird.
I know, from a very early age. I mean, I technically did kind of pursue that, but yeah, I mean, I like to battle back and forth with people. You know that, even from an early age. I think I've been self-aware from that, but they also made a decent amount of money, which again, I'm not saying that to be, don't judge me, people, but I mean, that's what that's truthful. So, but anyway, I'm super excited about this episode for many reasons. I wonder if a podcast, like, you have to act overly excited to make it seem like you're actually excited. Like, yes, heck yes. I don't know. But Facebook ads are a ton of fun. We've obviously do a lot of Facebook ads in our business, but then adding the Shopify store, you guys have really liked a lot of our content for Shopify. We've been mixing Shopify content with Christian creating like tutorials for people on Shopify. So thank you guys for watching that, maybe of how you found us. But we've also been talking about like the advertising side as well and mixing the two of them. So an e-commerce business, and now you have an amazing website because Christian helped you with that. But now how do you drive traffic and grow sales? So today we're going to be talking about, really the ads and the tips to grow your clothing store or product store, whatever it is that you're selling on Shopify. So should be a lot of fun.
Nice.
Okay, so first thing here, it's kind of the same thing as number one, is that when you're building an ad on Facebook, there's tons of YouTube videos that you can go check out, but on how to build a campaign, I think we even have something, maybe Jack can pull it up here, on how to create a Facebook ad. We have videos on that. But when you're creating an ad for a product, the biggest thing you want to do is, we've been talking a ton about video, but really images do really well because they show exactly what the product is very quickly. So it may not always catch attention, but very quickly, like if you're watching this, if you can see it, I'm holding up a water bottle, it's a water bottle. So instantly if you're interested or not. So actually, a lot of people will jump in and try to do some fancy things, but really just a really clean image of your product is going to get a ton of people to actually look at it, and you'll find out if your ads are good or not. But that's like really the first thing to check out, or to try out, is an image. It's the cheapest thing. It's usually the most effective. And a lot of people test out like carousels or other things, or multiple images, but choosing single images do really well.
And when it comes to videos, I guess what's the recommendation there on how that video should look like?
So I guess a couple of things. One of them is that I don't think it's super long. So think about length for that. It's maybe 10 to 15 seconds. So again, it should be very quick and it should be very punchy, meaning like there's frames that are changing or there's shots that are changing every 1 to 2 seconds, because you want to catch their attention but show it. So it's like, this is a water bottle. It's insulated. It's perfect for athletes. It's whatever. So like hitting on those benefits. This is all something you can do from your phone for iMovie or whatever else. But then you should be using elements like text or animations on the video, not taking away from the product, but using that text, because most people are watching without sound. So just assume that they can't hear your cool music in the background. They can only read your text. So what do you want to showcase to them very quickly? And you could even do it in like 5 seconds. So don't overcomplicate the video. that side of things.
Okay. And then I think the next thing here is building out the top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel.
Mm-hmm.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah. So top of the funnel goes to basically like a cold audience. Like Christian didn't know about my water bottle. We're still talking about that. So this is an image that would go to Christian for this water bottle, and we just want him to stop and take action, whether he likes the ad, whether he goes to the website, whatever he does. We want him to take some kind of action, even if he just looks at it.
So interact with the ads one way or another.
Yes, exactly. So that's all top of funnel. It's just like first impression. It's first time you meet somebody, you want to make a good impression.
Mm-hmm.
The middle of the funnel, the goal there is to focus on taking them to the next step. So Christian, let's say the first time he did it, he went to the website, but then he got busy and was like, it's okay. Like I'm just not going to spend a ton of time here. So he went there, he looked at the product, he didn't add to a cart, he didn't take a major action. So the middle of the funnel is to get get Christian from looking at the product to the next step, which is adding to cart or initiating checkout or purchasing. But if he sits at that middle of the funnel and say he's like, okay, awesome, this is great. Like I found my color. I'm going to add a blue one to my cart. So now he adds to cart, and that kind of handles the middle of the funnel. We want to get them to that next step. If he doesn't take action all the way and purchase, then the bottom of the funnel kind of basically cleans that up and says, hey, you added to cart. Here's I want you to purchase at this point. Like take that next final step. It's the most expensive, but if you know your numbers, then it's actually, it's the cheapest, but to make him do all three steps is obviously expensive, but we still want him to purchase, because if he doesn't purchase, then we get, no return on our investment. So the bottom of the funnel is like if he added to cart, but didn't initiate checkout, or he initiated checkout but didn't purchase, we're showing him, hopefully the bottom of the funnel is dynamic, meaning that it's specifically the product he's looking at. So it's like Christian added this blue water bottle to his cart. Here's something that's going on. Something a little bit more advanced that I can explain, hopefully very easy, is just think about it as 1 to 7 day increments. So on day 1, Christian's most likely, if he added to his cart, to purchase again tomorrow. That's the most likely he is. After that, you may need to do something to incentivize him. So like you could have days 1 through 2 or days 1 through 3 where you're just saying, hey, you added this to your cart purchase. But after that, maybe 4 through 7, you're giving some kind of small offer that says like, hey, this for a limited time for the next 2 days, this discount's going to be available. And then after 7 days, you just kind of stop running an ad to him because he's probably not going to purchase. So you don't waste your time. So just kind of recap, because I feel like that was a lot.
The way I see it is when you're building your ads, you have to think about those 3 different things: top, middle, and bottom. And you also need to look at treating those people differently, because they're at different stages of the buy-in process.
Mm-hmm.
And then also thinking about the fact that they are different people or different audiences.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're building your ads, take into consideration those 3 stages, which will require different graphics, different videos, different copy, different text. And it'll also have different audiences in each of those.
Mm-hmm.
I think, someone who's maybe doing ads right now for Shopify, they may be just thinking about, okay, I just need to do this really cool ad and it will just, I'll have a bunch of sales and that's it. But instead, I think we're trying to tell you that you can split this up into these 3 categories and be way more successful. And it will probably end up being cheaper.
It is cheaper
in the long
for
run.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point. It's definitely talking to them differently. Like now that you know the product, like, hey, you left something in your cart, like you want to do something a little bit more, but like, you can add the copy, which we'll talk about here in a second, but yeah, just talking to them differently is, I think, the most crucial part of things. But that's also, something you want to set up in the ads, as well as like, how do you set that up as well? But they're different. They're different stages, different people for sure.
Hey, I want to thank you for consuming our content. That really means a lot to us. This year, we actually turned 5 years old, and that's a big deal for us. So in celebration of our 5-year anniversary, we are giving away over $10,000 worth of freebies and our swipe file of different ads, landing pages, graphics that we've created over the years. The content is free to enter. We'll be drawing a name on February 11th. You can find out more information by going to contest.bitbranding.co for more information on how your business can benefit from all these great deals. Okay, now back to your regularly scheduled content.
The kind of to what Christian was talking about earlier, like that copy, so many people, at least for e-commerce, try to overcomplicate it and explain the product in the text. When if you do it correctly, the product should kind of explain itself, or the video should explain it. And the copy should just basically mirror what the copy or the text that's going on in the video. So the copy up top could just say like the most revolutionary athlete-based water bottle. And then the text inside of the video could say something about it. And then the call to action could say something about it. So if you're familiar with running like lead generation ads, you want more copy and you want more specifics on like, because they need that information before they make click. But somebody who's going to purchase something, they want to know very quickly what it is they're looking at. And so, and this kind of talks to another point we're going to talk about later, which is the more consistent you can keep that messaging, then the more likely they are to purchase something because it's consistent. So the copy on the ad shouldn't be overcomplicated. And you can go to the Facebook ad library to go check out other companies that do it well. But like if you look at a Nike ad or like another big brand's ad, like they're typically 1 to 2 sentences, 3 sentences max. So don't overcomplicate the copy. Just keep it super simple and explain that.
Yeah, I think I keep going back to Instagram because that's where I spend a lot of time, and I see a lot of ads, and I see a lot of ads that they do like really good targeting, and I really do like those things. And I can tell you, like, I would say 90% of those ads, I really didn't read the copy of the caption, the description. It's whatever's on the image or video that I'm looking at. That's what it catches my attention. 90% of the time, I just hit that save, like and save, just so I can, check it out later. Yeah. Sometimes where it's like something that really, really interesting, I'll go and click the call to action, learn more, whatever, and it opens up a landing page. And there's where, maybe I'll scan through and look at more information. But yeah, typically I don't look at the actual copy or description of the ad. I'm looking at just what's in the image or video.
Yeah. And that's a good point too. I think that's how most people shop. If you guys are listening, you're like, no, that's not the way I shop. Everybody shops a little bit differently, but for the most part, they just need to be able to visually, and you can see something. I don't know what the number is, but like seeing something visually, you can process it in your brain, like, I don't know, 200 or 300 times faster than if you read the text. So it's like, if you already instantly saw the picture of the bottle, you can make a decision at that point, like, I'm going to scroll or I'm going to stay. And I think that's huge. But most importantly, I think from like a tip here to grow on Shopify is like that redundancy and then frequency. And we talked about this a little bit earlier, but the redundancy meaning like, if you're saying like, we're the best water bottle for athletes and here's 10% off, like showing that one ad, but doing it over like different images and still keeping the same text and still keeping the same type of style, that redundancy is like how brands work really well. So like if you look at Coca-Cola, if you look at Apple, you look at anybody who does a bunch of ads, like who does a really good Geico, they're annoying. But they have some good ads. So they have TV commercials, they have ads on side of car websites, they have stuff on the highways, but they're all consistent. It's that 15 minutes or less or whatever, save 15% or whatever. That redundancy is insane. And then they add the frequency to it as well. But what's great, I guess, about Facebook is that you can use like create 2 or 3 different ads and then show that to the same person 3 or 4 different times. So now that they've seen it something like 12 times, they already start to trust the brand and they don't even know it. You don't even realize like, wow, I've seen it so many times. I actually trust this brand And it's not annoying you, because if it's the same picture, then it's like, I keep seeing it. But if you see it different ways on different platforms like Facebook or Instagram, then psychologically you start to build the trust with it. I don't know if you've ever personally like experienced that, but that's kind of like I don't know, what they tell us. And it's also what we've seen.
Wait, did you say 12 was the magic number, or was that just like a random?
No, this is just random. No, really. I mean, you want to, our goal for the bottom of the funnel, between top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel, at least 15 to 20 impressions, over a 7 to 15 day period, depending on the price point of the product, because you need to see them on Facebook, you need to see them on Instagram stories, and then you need to see different variations of the ads. And then once they get into your funnel, then it's like dynamically just showing you this. And then hopefully you get them on email, and you see them on email, and you get an offer. And that's really how the purchase happens.
Gotcha. So yeah, so I guess there's no real magic number. You have to look at how much money you can actually spend with these ads, and
price point of the product's important too.
Yeah.
Because Christian's going to have to see this Tesla, 1,000 times over the next 3 or 4 months or 6 months to buy a Tesla and still be in the market for it. But he may only need to see this 12 times, this water bottle that I'm holding in my hand, 3 or 4 times, and just finally say like, oh, wow, like this water bottle is amazing. I'm going to buy it. It's $20.
Yeah.
So that's just a part of it as well. And I think kind of a bonus here is just the Facebook ad tips, just be testing. So what we say to you is just kind of like a guideline, but be testing for you. You may say like, hey, this is how we run our ads and it works. Great, do that. There's no right or wrong way. Everybody needs to kind of find their own path. This is what we've seen from spending. I need to look at how much we've spent, but well over $1 million spending ads. So it's just things that we've seen, but it's constantly changing. So just be testing. It's kind of a bonus. Just always be thinking about and testing those.
Was it the ABC? No. Always be testing.
ABT?
ABT. I
don't know. I feel like there was an acronym or something like that there was. But Rick Mulready also says like his famous thing is, which is not really famous, I guess, is just kept doing is like, keep doing more of what works. Basically is what he's saying, like, stop doing what doesn't work and keep doing more of what works.
Right.
It's just like, it's one of those things where you have to be reminded more than you need to be told, because it's like, wait, that worked. Why don't we keep doing it? Like YouTube's working for us. Why don't we do more YouTube? Or Facebook ads work. Why don't we do more Facebook ads?
Yeah.
So anyway, I hope you guys got a lot out of this episode. If you are a Shopify store owner and you're running Facebook ads and you're kind of lost and you need some help, we have a free strategy session that you can absolutely go and schedule a 45-minute conversation with us. We're going to walk you through everything that we're doing with our clients who are successful online right now. It's sales.bitbranding.co. You can go over there. Like I said, it's with us. It's 45 minutes long, and you're going to walk away with exactly what you need to do to be successful running ads online, including what you need to do with apps that you need to purchase or get for free from Shopify, email campaigns that you need to be sending, and how to set up your campaigns on Facebook and Instagram. So if that's of value to you, make sure to go to sales.bitbranding.co. That will be in the description here as well. All right. Thanks so much for watching and listening. If you guys are doing that for the first time, please make sure to leave us an honest rating and review or if you're doing it for the first time, please make sure you subscribe. That way you don't miss out on any of the episodes we put out every single week. And if you've been listening for a while and you're like, dang, I really like these guys, I really like Facebook ads and Shopify, I really like what they're doing, leaving us an honest rating and review online will help us know that you like this, and so we can continue to make more content like it as well. So just go over to Apple Podcasts, leave us an honest rating and review. It should take like 2 or 3 minutes, and it really helps us reach more people and create content that you guys like as well. So thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
The Marketing Natives Podcast is a production of BitBranding.